well, does that mean that the first vision's unreliable because there's distortions there?
I actually thought that a presentation Don Bradley gave a few years ago, actually probably close to 10 years ago now at FAIR, where he talked about do the first vision accounts reflect an 1830s setting, like when Joseph Smith is writing them, or does it reflect an 1820s setting, the setting when he says he experienced these things? And he argues that the accounts really do reflect genuine memory of an 1820s setting.
I can give an example, actually, where Neil's talking about this. I don't remember if Don mentions it in his paper, but I know this has been a big discussion with others. It's the question of revivals happening in Palmyra.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
So famously in the 1838 account, the Pearl Price account, Joseph Smith says there was a great unusual excitement on religion, right? He says it started with the Methodists, but then it went to all the other sects in the area. Low here, low there, religious excitement, right? Okay. So historians say, okay, yeah, broadly, this is the Second Great Awakening. This is the burned over district in Western New York. But do we have evidence, historical evidence, for specifically in the vicinity of Palmyra, specifically in 1820? And famously, back in the 1960s, Wesley Walters published this article saying there's no evidence of religious revivals happening in Palmyra in 1820. Therefore, Joseph Smith was either making it up or misremembering, and therefore it's not credible, it's not reliable. Historians, however, got to work. And first of all, they mentioned that Joseph Smith in the 1832 account and the 1838 account, he doesn't actually say it was in Palmyra in 1820. Right? He says, beginning in our second year from our removal to Manchester, which would be 1818, right? And then in the 1832 account, he says, when I was about 14 years old or so, right?
Okay.
About 13?
About 12.
About 12, he says about 12. And he says, in the whole district of area was being affected by it. So it's not just like the little township of Palmyra, it's, Wayne County or whatever, the rest of this surrounding deal. So historians got to work, and what do we find? Indisputable evidence of revivals happening, Methodist camp meetings and things. So all we had to do was be careful to read the accounts and not impose on them something that, again, and we kind of set ourselves up for failure. As we retold the first vision, we said in 1820 in Palmyra, there was a revival happening. Well, that's not actually what Joseph Smith says, right? So that's an example where Joseph's memory, he can't nail down the precise date or the name of the minister or things like that, but he remembers when I was about 12, there was a lot of religious excitement happening in the area of Palmyra, Manchester.
And Mark Staker's actually done a good job showing that, while it was this broader area, it was impacting directly
people in Palmyra
in ways that are consistent with Joseph Smith's account.